Hello, what's up YouTube photographer Ronnie Swetanatu, and in this tutorial I want to show you how I simply manipulated this white background to look like this and how I made the image complement the white background. So you can see this is the image that I had straight out of Capture One, and if at all you're interested in learning how I do even out the skin tones in Capture One, simply check through the channel and you'll check and find the Capture One tutorials. So you can see this is a before and after. So in Capture One, basically what I did, I corrected the lighting and contrast issues regarding this very image, and later on I evened out the skin tone to look a little bit uniform. But as I was doing that, it simply affected the background also. So in Photoshop, I just wanted to create a popping kind of look that was going to complement the warm skin tone. So I just wanted to cool down the backdrop or the background to complement the subject right here. So this is what I came up with. So I'll show you how you can easily manipulate this in Photoshop. So without further ado, let's get started. So I'm just going to simply request you to hit the like button on this video and don't forget to subscribe. I'll just come and delete this. Basically what I did, I simply came to the adjustments right here, and first of all I corrected the blacks within the image, because the blacks in the image we are having that kind of brown cast rather. The hair was a little bit brownish and a little bit yellow tones were flashed onto the hair. So I'll just come to selective color, and since the hair is black in this case, I'll come to the blacks right here and select blacks. So by selecting blacks, I'll simply take up the blacks slider, and this is going to intensify the intensity of the blacks. So I'll just put it at around 2, and in order to eliminate the yellows on the blacks, I'll come to the yellow channel under the blacks, and I'll simply, you can see when you move this towards the left hand side, it's going to introduce the opposite of yellow, which is going to be blue, and towards the right hand side is going to introduce more yellows in the blacks. So what I'll do, I want to eliminate the yellows existing within the blacks of this image or the hair. So I'll simply take it towards the negative side to get a better color, that is the black color. And you can see what this has just done before after. Then we're going to go next to the background. So for the background, I'm just going to come back to the adjustments, and I'll simply come to selective color. So the background has a white color, and in this case I'll come to the colors right here and simply select the white so that I can affect the whites of the background. So as you can see, the background also contains this kind of yellowish tint to it. So what I'll do, I want to eliminate the yellows in the background and cool it down a little bit. So in order to cool down the background, I'll simply come to the whites and come to the yellows right here, and taking out the yellows is going to introduce more blues, and that is going to make the background a little bit cooler. And you can see right now the background is close to pure white. You can see just the before and after for just moving one slider under the whites. So I wanted to introduce that kind of bluish feel to the image. So what I did, you can see I came to the magentas and I moved the magenta slider towards the left hand side, and that basically introduced more greens to the background. Then I came to the cyans and took the cyan slider towards the right hand side, and you can see it has gotten us the look that I had, but this is a little bit too much, so I'll just take it down slightly. But as you can notice, it is also affecting the brightest colors of the skin tone right here. So what you are going to do with this white layer mask selected, I'm just going to close this briefly. So with the white layer mask selected, I'll simply come and press Ctrl I on the keyboard, or you can use Command I on the keyboard to invert, but inverting it is going to make you have to do a lot of work painting on the background. So basically, instead of inverting this, we're just going to come to the brush tool and make sure to have two boxes that are black and white right here below. So in order to reset, if at all you have any other colors, you can simply press D on the keyboard to reset them to black and white. So remember, in Photoshop, white is going to reveal and black is going to hide. So by selecting the brush tool and making sure the hardness is set to 0%, opacity in the flat 100%, and with black as the foreground color, and if at all you have white as the top color, simply press X on the keyboard, we can use this arrow to have black as the foreground color, meaning the brush is now going to be a black brush. So we can now come and paint over the areas of the skin that we don't want to be affected, just like that. And you can see this is what we came up with, and that's the before after. So later on, you can see sometimes when you color grading the image, the eyes tend to also get warmed up as you're evening out the skin tone. So I did a little bit of eye whitening by coming right here to the adjustments and simply selecting hue and saturation. And after that, I came to the master, make sure master is selected, and I'll simply come the saturation and take it all the way down to around -68 and close this. So with the white layer mask selected, this time around I'm just going to press Ctrl I on the keyboard, or you can use Command I on the keyboard, and switch the brush back to white. Remember, we just desaturated the image, so by desaturating it is going to take out color from the white area of the eye. So we have to use a white brush. So select it with white as a foreground color. We want to desaturate the white area of the eye and remove any other random colors existing within the white area of the eye. So by using the bracket keys, I'm just going to reduce on the size of the brush and simply come and simply paint on only the white area of the eye. And if at all you paint out of the area, switch the brush back to black and you can erase or correct that mistake. So this is what I did basically, and you can see the before and after for just those tiny adjustments on this image. So this is the image before after. You can see how it is standing out and it is being complemented by the background and is popping out of the background. So this is it for today's video, and if at all you have enjoyed and loved this, don't forget to like this video and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. If at all you have been watching and you're not subscribed yet to this channel, Ronix from Ronix Photography, thank you for watching and see you in yet more tutorials on this channel. And don't forget to keep practicing and also keep creating.